哈尔滨现在呀，其实有很多家庭都已经揭不开锅了。
This year in Harbin, China, many families are facing severe economic difficulties, with some unable to save even a single cent in a month, becoming moonlight clans. Some people may not believe it, but this is indeed the current situation in China. Yesterday, I video chatted with my best friend, and she said she is under a lot of pressure now because her husband just lost his job, cutting off their household income. They still have to pay more than 3,000 yuan in mortgage every month, and the entire family's livelihood is all on her shoulders. I could sense her stress during our conversation. My family's situation is similar. We are a family of 3 living in Harbin, and we need to pay 4,000 yuan for the mortgage every month. After deducting the child's expenses, we only have 1,000 yuan left. As my husband puts it, we don't dare to eat or drink freely, and we have to calculate every expense. Everything feels expensive, and saving money is out of the question. If there's any social obligation, we have to tighten our belts for the next month. Initially, I was a full-time stay-at-home mom, but starting this year, I had to go out and work to earn money. I work 4 hours a day and can earn about 4,000 yuan a month. I wonder if there's any chance this salary could increase. Although I am a woman, I believe that in a family, a woman must have her own career. Otherwise, no matter where you go, the men in your family will look down on you. This is my real-life situation in Harbin, where I take care of my child and work 2 jobs. One is selling electronic products, and the other is part-time flyer distribution. Sometimes I feel aggrieved, as I have to cook and clean after my child comes home. My husband is also busy with work and doesn't have time to take care of the child. Finding a decent job from 8 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon with weekends off is impossible. I believe there are many families like ours in China. Some people may look glamorous on the outside, but they can't even take out 500 yuan. The burdens of life make everyone gasp for breath: car loans, mortgages, children's education, and so on. I hope our family income can increase in the future.
Since 2024, making money in China has become increasingly difficult. The poor are trapped by housing, the middle class is entangled in stocks, the rich are ruined by investments, and the wealthy are busy reducing their assets. Recently, a new term, 5-piece poverty trap, has become popular in China. Let's take a look. The first trap is buying houses and shops at high prices. Originally, people thought one shop can support 3 generations, but now, 3 generations can't even support one shop. They emptied the wallets of 3 generations and took on decades of mortgages, only to end up buying overpriced properties and becoming the ones left holding the bag. Some even encountered unfinished buildings, which is really unfortunate. Many people have fallen into this trap. The second trap is wanting to become a boss and open a store. Someone said if you want to ruin a person, just persuade them to open a brick-and-mortar store. After losing their job in middle age, they listen to people around them and use their savings to open a small store. Whether it's franchising a restaurant or investing in a milk tea shop, all the hard-earned money could be lost. In the end, after spending hundreds of thousands or even millions, they end up working for their employees, losing everything and becoming heavily indebted. The third trap is blindly trusting relatives and friends, buying financial investment products. You always think opportunities are for the prepared, so you invest all your savings, only for the investment platform to run away, leaving you crying your heart out. Nowadays, everyone is short of money, and those so-called high-profit financial products are essentially making money off you. You're thinking about their interest, but they're eyeing your principal. The fourth trap is sending your children to international schools or studying abroad. Spending hundreds of thousands on tuition, the child ends up learning nothing but making a bunch of bad friends. The fifth trap is even more ridiculous. Many entrepreneurs join business associations, chambers of commerce, or alumni gatherings. Although their businesses are stable, they get involved in investments through their social circles. What sounds like financial investment is actually pooling funds. In the end, they lose all their life savings overnight.
Yesterday, my husband's company notified them about a significant salary cut, with an estimated reduction of over 30% per month. My husband has been working in the shared bike industry for 6 years, and this is the first time we've faced such a large-scale salary reduction. It's really hard to accept. Even though our income is decreasing, our living expenses remain unchanged. Mortgage, rent, and daily necessities are unavoidable. When he came home from work yesterday, he looked very grim and kept discussing the salary cut with his colleagues. After hanging up the phone, he started blaming me for sharing his work and income details online. Although I think the salary cut is inevitable, I still feel a bit regretful. However, since the situation has already occurred, we should face it together rather than blaming and criticizing each other. We had an argument, and he stormed out, not returning until after 1 o'clock in the morning. He didn't speak or communicate with me. This morning, he went to work as usual at around 5 o'clock. To be honest, I am both angry and distressed. Adults have no retreat in life. We might collapse at night, but during the day, we can only fight hard and persevere, no matter how tough it is. We bear the pressure ourselves and lick our wounds in private. The dust of the era falls on everyone as a mountain. The current environment is indeed tough. Layoffs are happening everywhere. There are more delivery riders than orders, new ride-hailing drivers can't get rides, and factories are not hiring. We are born ordinary and without connections. The life we desire can only be achieved through our own efforts.
3月份的工资下来了。
Our March salaries have been deposited. After deducting social insurance and housing fund, my take-home pay is 5,444.1 yuan. My wife's salary has also arrived, and it's nearly 200 yuan more than mine. Together, our combined monthly income is over 11,000 yuan. For a dual-income family, this should be considered an average level. We live in a small county with a population of 1.3 million, where the cost of living has caught up with big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. This income is just enough to cover a family's expenses. After paying off car and house loans, we are left with around 6,000 yuan. Monthly living expenses, social obligations, and our child's tuition and extracurricular activities leave us with almost no spare money. We bought our house in 2013, when it was 2,500 yuan per square meter, with a total area of 123 square meters and a total price of over 300,000 yuan. Although we used a Housing Provident Fund loan, we still have to pay over 1,000 yuan each month. We bought our car in 2019 with zero down payment, and now we have to pay over 2,000 yuan each month, plus fuel costs and insurance, which adds up to a significant monthly expense. Our eldest child will start first grade next semester, and providing a comfortable and enjoyable learning environment is very important. Our family of 6 is squeezed into a house with a living area of only 105.5 square meters, which is indeed a bit cramped. But there is no other way. At this age, with both elderly and young to care for, we can only work hard to change our situation. To buy a bigger house, my wife teaches English to 3 classes at school, with 46 lessons a week, and she also handles other school duties. I really feel for her. She moved from northern Shanxi to Guizhou, and it hasn't been easy for her. Friends, why do you work hard to make money? I work hard to ensure my family has a good life, to eat what we want, and to buy what we want. Are you like me?
It is truly unbelievable that Fudan University, one of China's top universities, has a direct employment rate of less than 20% for its fresh graduates. If this is the case for one of the best universities in China, the situation for graduates from ordinary universities might be even more unimaginable. No wonder China's National Bureau of Statistics stopped releasing the youth unemployment rate after it reached a staggering 21% last June. This figure is probably too shocking to face. According to the Undergraduate Teaching Quality Report for the 2022-2023 academic year released by Fudan University today, the data shows that the number of fresh undergraduate graduates in 2023 was 3,279. The actual number of graduates was 3,226, with a graduation rate of 98%. Among the actual graduates of 3,226, the overall employment rate was 89%. Among these, only 583 graduates went directly into employment, accounting for only 18%. The number of students choosing to pursue further studies was 2,278, accounting for 71% of the total graduates. From this data, at least two very obvious issues can be seen. First, the graduation rate is 98%. This means that 2%, or 53 students, did not meet the graduation requirements. Fudan University ranks among the top 5 universities in the country, with admission scores among the highest in each province. The students admitted are the best from various regions. It is surprising that dozens of students could not meet the graduation requirements by the time of graduation. Second, the direct employment rate is only 18%, less than 20%. As one of the top universities in China, located in the economic hub of Shanghai, employment prospects should be excellent. However, the direct employment rate is less than 20%. Although most graduates chose to pursue further studies, not all of them could succeed. Typically, students who are preparing for graduate school are counted as continuing their education in employment statistics. Whether they eventually get into graduate school is another matter. As long as they state that they are preparing for graduate school, they are counted in the continuing education category. This means that among the 71% of students continuing their studies, there must be quite a few who did not ultimately get into graduate school. In June 2023, China's National Bureau of Statistics announced that the youth unemployment rate had reached 21%, and this figure might not even include all cases. This 21% figure alone is already terrifying. There are so many young people nationwide who are unemployed and have not found jobs. So far, China's youth unemployment rate has not been released to the public again. This indicates how difficult the current employment situation is. What do you think about this year's employment situation in China? Feel free to leave your comments below and join the discussion with us. Well, that's all for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. We will continue to provide you with real reports as always. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.